Alex discovered something that changed everything, but he couldn't tell anyone because of their baby.
Every morning, Alex wakes up and chooses to stay. Not because it's easy, but because some battles are fought in silence.
Alex knew his wife Mary was cheating on him for months, but he never said a word, because they had a baby together. Alex believed that if he stayed quiet, if he gave her space, if he pretended everything was fine, Mary would eventually come back to him. So he hired private detectives not to confront her, but to track if she was falling deeper in love or coming back home. He watched the reports every week, saw photos of Mary with her lover, saw her laughing in ways she never laughed with him anymore. But Alex kept changing diapers, kept making breakfast, kept kissing Mary goodnight, while she texted another man in their bed. Alex thought silence would save his marriage, but tonight, the detective called with news that would force Alex to finally speak. Alex Thompson was a good man. Everyone in their London neighborhood said so. He worked as an accountant, had a stable job, never raised his voice, always helped neighbors carry groceries. He was the kind of husband who brought his wife Mary coffee in bed every morning, who remembered anniversaries, who took out the trash without being asked. But Alex had a secret that was eating him alive from the inside. His wife Mary was having an affair, and Alex knew everything. It started 8 months ago, when their baby son Oliver was only 2 months old. Mary started acting different. She smiled at her phone when Alex walked into the room. She took longer showers, started wearing perfume to go grocery shopping, claimed she was going to the gym 4 times a week, but never seemed to actually work out. Alex wasn't stupid. He saw the signs, but he loved Mary desperately. So he told himself he was being paranoid, that new mothers need their own space, that maybe she was just adjusting to motherhood. Then, one night, Alex woke up at 3 in the morning and Mary wasn't in bed. He found her in the bathroom, door locked, light on, whispering into her phone. "I miss you too," Mary said softly. "I wish I was with you right now instead of here." Alex's heart shattered right there, standing in the dark hallway. But he didn't knock on the door, didn't demand answers. He walked back to bed and pretended to be asleep when Mary finally came back 30 minutes later. The next morning, Alex did something he never thought he would do. He called a private investigation agency. "I need to know if my wife is cheating," Alex told the detective, whose name was James Turner. "I need proof." James was a former police officer in his 50s who had seen hundreds of cases like this. Most men want proof so they can file for divorce. James said, "What do you want the proof for?" Alex hesitated. "I want to know if she's coming back to me, or if she's leaving for good. I need to know if I should hold on or let go." James was quiet for a moment, then said, "I'll take the case, but I have to warn you, sometimes the truth is worse than the suspicion." Alex hired James anyway. Within 3 days, James delivered the first report. "Your wife Mary is having an affair with a man named Daniel Cross," James said, showing Alex photos. "He's a personal trainer at her gym. They've been seeing each other for at least 4 months, maybe longer. They meet at his apartment twice a week, sometimes 3 times. Alex stared at the photos. Mary laughing in a coffee shop with a handsome man in his 30s. Mary holding his hand across the table. Mary kissing him goodbye outside his apartment building. "How serious is it?" Alex asked, his voice barely a whisper. James pulled out his tablet, showed Alex text message screenshots he had obtained. Daniel had texted, "I love you more than anything." Mary replied, "I love you too. I just wish we didn't have to hide." Alex felt like he was drowning. But here's what shocked James the most. Alex didn't get angry, didn't throw things, didn't demand James to get more evidence to destroy Mary in a divorce. Instead, Alex said, "Keep watching her. I need to know if she's planning to leave me, or if this is just a phase. I need to know if there's a chance she'll come back." James looked at Alex like he was crazy. "You're paying me to watch your wife cheat on you, and you're not going to confront her." Alex shook his head. "We have a baby. If I confront her now, she'll leave me for him, and Oliver will grow up in a broken home. But if I wait, if I give her time, maybe she'll realize what she's throwing away. Maybe she'll end it on her own." James had investigated hundreds of affairs, but he had never seen a husband react like this. Against his better judgment, James agreed to continue surveillance. For the next 5 months, Alex lived a double life. Every morning he woke up, kissed Mary, told her he loved her, made her breakfast, and asked about her day. Every evening when Mary said she was going to the gym or meeting her friend, Sarah. Alex nodded, smiled, and took care of Oliver alone. And every week James sent detailed reports. Week 1, Mary and Daniel met 3 times, went to a hotel, stayed for 2 hours. Week 5, Mary told Daniel she was unhappy at home, that Alex was a good father, but she didn't feel passion anymore. Week 9, Daniel asked Mary to leave Alex and move in with him. Mary said she needed more time to figure things out. Week 13, Mary started looking at apartments online, sending links to Daniel. Each report broke Alex a little more, but he never confronted. Mary never let her see his pain. Alex's best friend Robert noticed something was wrong. "Mate, you look terrible," Robert said over drinks one Friday. "What's going on?" Alex wanted to tell him, wanted to scream that his wife was destroying their family, but instead he just said, "Work stress, you know how it is. New baby, not sleeping much." Robert didn't push, but he knew Alex was lying. At home, Alex became the perfect husband. He did all the night feedings with Oliver, so Mary could sleep. He cleaned the house, did the laundry, cooked dinner. He complimented Mary, told her she was beautiful, gave her space when she needed it. He thought if he was perfect enough, Mary would remember why she married him, would feel guilty about the affair, would come back. But Mary didn't come back. She just took advantage of Alex's kindness. She started staying out later, her excuses becoming weaker. Working late became dinner, with the girls became I lost track of time, became I don't have to explain everything to you, Alex. And still, Alex said nothing. 5 months into the surveillance, James called Alex with an urgent update. "Alex, you need to hear this. James said your wife is planning to leave you." Alex felt his chest tighten when James explained. Daniel gave her an ultimatum. Either she leaves you by the end of next month or he's done with the affair. His roommate is getting suspicious and Daniel wants Mary to fully commit. Alex sat down heavily. "What did Mary say?" James was quiet for a moment. "She said she needs 2 weeks to figure out how to tell you." Alex realized his strategy of silence had failed. Mary wasn't coming back to him. She was planning her exit. That night, Alex looked at baby Oliver sleeping peacefully in his crib, and made a decision. He wasn't going to lose his son. The next morning, Alex told Mary they needed to talk. Mary looked nervous. Did something happen? Alex pulled out a folder containing 5 months of surveillance photos, reports, text messages, and placed it on the kitchen table. Mary went white. "What is this?" "I know about Daniel," Alex said calmly. "I've known for 5 months. I hired investigators. I have photos of every date, every kiss, every text message." Mary's hands started shaking. "How long have you known?" "Since almost the beginning," Alex said. "I heard you on the phone that night, 3 in the morning, in the bathroom." "Why didn't you say anything?" Mary whispered. "Because of him," Alex pointed to Oliver's nursery. "Because I thought if I gave you space, if I was patient, you would realize what you're throwing away. I thought you would come back to me." Mary started crying. "Alex, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you." Alex laughed bitterly. "You didn't mean to hurt me, but you were planning to leave me for Daniel. You were looking at apartments. Mary, you were building a new life without me." "I was confused," Mary said. "I felt lost after having Oliver. I felt invisible, and Daniel made me feel seen. So, instead of talking to your husband," Alex said, his voice rising, "for the first time you had an affair for 5 months. You lied to my face every single day. You let me take care of our son alone while you were with another man." Mary sobbed. "I made a mistake, Alex. Please." Alex took a deep breath, calming himself. "Here's what's going to happen. You have 2 choices. End it with Daniel right now, tonight. Block him, never see him again, and we go to marriage counseling and try to fix this for Oliver's sake. Or I file for divorce tomorrow and I will fight for full custody of Oliver, and with 5 months of evidence proving you abandon your family to have an affair, I will win." Mary looked at Alex in shock. "You would take Oliver from me?" "In a heartbeat," Alex said. "If you choose Daniel over our son, then yes. I will take him because he deserves a parent who puts him first." Mary picked up her phone with shaking hands and called Daniel. "It's over," she said. When he answered, "I can't see you anymore. I have a family. I need to fix this. Please don't contact me again." Daniel tried to argue, but Mary hung up, blocked his number, and looked at Alex. "I ended it," she whispered. "Can we please try to save our marriage?" Alex felt empty. No relief, no victory, just exhaustion. "We start counseling tomorrow," Alex said, "and if you ever lie to me again, we're done. Do you understand?" Mary nodded frantically. "I promise, Alex, I'll do anything." The next 6 months were brutal. Mary quit the gym started. Seeing a therapist opened her phone. Completely to Alex had to tell him where she was going every time she left the house. At first Mary resented the lack of trust, but slowly, she understood this was the consequence of her choices. In marriage counseling, Mary admitted she had felt overwhelmed after Oliver was born, that she missed her old identity, that the affair was an escape from responsibility. Alex admitted he had been so focused on being a provider that he stopped being a partner, that he saw Mary's distance, but was too afraid to address it. They started dating again, leaving Oliver, with Alex's mother, going to dinners, having real conversations. It wasn't easy. There were nights Alex looked at Mary and remembered the photos of her with Daniel. Nights he wondered if she was really over the affair, or just scared of losing custody of Oliver. But slowly, painfully, trust started to rebuild. 1 year after Alex confronted Mary, they celebrated Oliver's 2nd birthday. Mary, watching Alex play with their son, pulled him aside. "I know I broke us," she said, "and I know sorry isn't enough, but I need you to know I chose you, Alex, not because you threatened custody, but because I realized what I almost lost." Alex squeezed her hand. "I forgave you, Mary, but I'll never forget what you did." "I don't expect you to," Mary said. "I just hope one day you'll trust me again." 2 years later, Alex and Mary were having breakfast when Oliver asked why Daddy was looking at his phone. Alex looked down. He had forgotten he still had James Turner's number saved in his phone from the investigation. He deleted the contact, looked at Mary and said, "Because Daddy doesn't need to check anymore." Mary understood the weight of that moment, and reached across the table to hold his hand. Alex looked at Oliver, then at Mary, and thought about the man he had been 2 years ago. The man who stayed silent, who watched his wife cheat, who hoped patience would save his marriage. That man was naive, but he was also brave, because staying is harder than leaving. Forgiving is harder than hating. And choosing your family, even when they hurt you, that takes a strength most people never have to find. Alex knew their marriage would never be what it was before. There would always be a scar, always be moments of doubt. But they chose each other anyway. And as he watched Oliver laugh at something Mary said, Alex knew he had made the right choice. Not because Mary deserved his forgiveness, but because Oliver deserved parents who fought for their family, even when it hurt. Especially when it hurt. Lesson: the story of Alex and Mary teaches us that staying silent may seem easier, but communication, patience, and courage are what truly save a family. Forgiveness is not about forgetting the pain. It's about choosing your loved ones even when it hurts. Trust takes time to rebuild, and the strongest families are those who fight for each other through the hardest moments. Subscribe and share. If you enjoyed this story and its lesson, don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, and share it with your friends and family so they can learn the power of patience, forgiveness, and love too.